Here's our list of the best teen romance movies on Netflix. Starting us off at number 10, we have The Last Summer. It's the last summer before college, and things are complicated. For some, like Phoebe and Audrey, things are complicated because of money. Others, like Chad, Reese, and Foster, are trying to make it for the high school experience they didn't have. Then there are those like Alec, Aaron, and Griffin, who worry about losing out on love because either college will make it too hard to maintain a relationship or they don't say what they feel. You'll see everyone try to deal with their pending separation from what they know, who they love, and try to begin adulthood on a good foot. However, what fun would it be if it was all too easy?
One last summer. The last chance to go all in. I mean, what's there to lose, right?
Next up at number 9, we have The Kissing Booth. When Elle Evans, a pretty late bloomer who's never been kissed, decides to run a kissing booth at her high school spring carnival, she unexpectedly finds herself locking lips with her secret crush, the ultimate bad boy, Noah Flynn. Sparks begin to fly, but there's one little problem. Noah just happens to be the brother of her best friend Lee and is absolutely off limits according to the rules of their friendship pact. Elle's life is turned upside down when she realizes that she must ultimately make a choice. Follow the rules or follow her heart.
I invited the Evanses. Do me a favor, be sweet to Elle. She kind of has a crush on you.
Next up at number 8, we have The Spectacular Now. Sutter Keeley lives in the now. It's a good place for him. A high school senior, charming and self-possessed, he's the life of the party, loves his job at his men's clothing store, and has no plans for the future. A budding alcoholic, he's never far from his supersized whiskey-fortified Thirstmaster cup. But after being dumped by his girlfriend, Sutter gets drunk and wakes up on the lawn with Amy Finicky hovering over him. She's different, the nice girl who reads science fiction and doesn't have a boyfriend. While Amy has dreams of a future, Sutter lives in the impressive delusion of a spectacular now, yet somehow, they're drawn together.
This is the youngest that we're ever gonna be. This is our time. Live in the now. Cheers.
Cheers.
To you, Amy Finicky.
To you, Sutter Q.
Next up at number 7, we have The Perfect Date. Brooks Radigan has the academic chops to get into his dream Ivy League school, but what he's missing is an outstanding extracurricular and the money. When he seizes an opportunity to make some extra cash by posing as the boyfriend of a self-assured combat boot-loving girl named Celia, he finds he has a knack for being the perfect stand-in. Together with his programmer friend Murph, Brooks launches an app selling himself as a +1 for all occasions. Along the way, he meets the girl of his dreams, but when business starts to boom, Brooks must reassess everything he was once sure of.
I've been so many people these past few months. A cowboy, an art connoisseur, and a bad friend.
It's time to figure out who I am and what I want.
Next up at number 6, we have After. Tessa Young has her life set in stone. Perfect grades, perfect boyfriend. She attends college with the same lifestyle. As she enters her first semester in college, armed with grand ambitions for her future, her guarded world opens up when she meets the dark, mysterious Hardin Scott. Hardin has a messed up life. He's disrespectful and hangs out with the wrong crowd. Tessa is drawn into his mysterious world, where she finds something she's never had before, and something that may change her forever.
It has to do with Hardin.
Something's going on, but it's not what you think.
Before we reveal our top 5 picks on our list, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell icon turning on notifications so you'll never miss when we upload a new video. Coming in at number 5 on our list is a double feature, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and its sequel, To All the Boys, P.S. I Love You. Lara Jean keeps her love letters in a hat box her mother gave her. They aren't love letters that anyone else wrote for her, these are ones she's written. One for every boy she's ever loved.
Peter, the most popular guy in school. Kenny from camp. Lucas from homecoming. John Ambrose from Model UN. And Josh, but he's my sister's boyfriend.
What are you doing?
Until the day her secret letters are mailed, and suddenly Lara Jean's love life goes from imaginary to out of control. Now, before we spoil the sequel for you, if you haven't watched the first film, stop right here and go watch it now. The second film in the series picks up as if no time has passed. Peter and Lara Jean are officially boyfriend and girlfriend, and since she has no experience in this department, Lara Jean is understandably intimidated. Not to forget, she has sent letters to 4 other boys. Instead of showing up at her door with flowers, one of her letter recipients, John Ambrose, politely writes her back. So, at just the moment happily ever after might normally begin, Lara Jean is presented with 2 options. where she's never had so much as one before.
I thought I wanted happily ever after. But we're still at the beginning.
Coming in at number 4 on our list is When We First Met. Noah Ashby falls in love with Avery Martin after meeting her at a 2014 Halloween party. But Avery comes to regard him as just a friend. 3 years later, Noah remains distraught at being unable to win over Avery, who met her fiancé Ethan the next day after that party. When he becomes intoxicated at Ethan and Avery's engagement party, Noah winds up in the photo booth he and Avery used during their first meeting and drunkenly operates it before falling asleep. Awakening in his bed, Noah discovers that the photo booth brought him back to the day he met Avery, and he resolves to change the events of that day to ensure he and Avery end up together. Will Noah be smart enough to get the girl of his dreams? Find out in When We First Met.
Photo booth is a time machine.
This is gonna be the best night of your life.
I can deal with best night of my life.
Next up at number 3, we have Candy Jar. Both Lona and Bennett, since they were about 6, have actively competed with each other, seemingly like their parents Amy and Julia. So, with that in mind, there's an assumption of multi-generational hate. Something which becomes a problem upon their senior year with hopes of Harvard and Yale. What they are looking for is a state championship. Something they can't get as individuals, so they are tasked to do so as a team. That challenge, one perhaps too complicated for even their entrusted guidance counselor Kathy, may be what makes or breaks these two and determines their future.
I don't think that's what I'm good at.
I disagree.
Of course you disagree. Disagreeing is what we do best.
Next up at number 2 on our list, we have Tall Girl. Jody has always been the tallest girl in school, and she's always been uncomfortable with it. After slouching her way through life for 16 years and being made fun of by classmates, Jody meets Stig, a seemingly perfect Swedish foreign exchange student who's even taller than she is. Jody's new crush turns her world upside down and throws her into a surprising love triangle. But with the help of her 2 best friends, as well as her beauty queen sister Harper, Jody comes to realize that she's far more than her insecurities about her appearance have led her to believe.
When you're a tall girl, it's the only thing that people see.
It's not the only thing I see.
And finally, at number 1 as our pick for the top teen romantic movie on Netflix is #RealityHigh. An awkward, overachieving high school senior, Danny Barnes, has had an unshakable focus to get into UC Davis, the school of her dreams, in an effort to transform her love for animals into a career by becoming a veterinarian. She's had a decade-long crush on competitive swimmer and Olympic protege Cameron Drake. But Danny's chances of getting in are under threat from a new too cool friend who introduces her to a Southern California scene that jeopardizes all of Danny's hard work. And that's our list of the top 10 teen romance movies on Netflix. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We put out new videos like this every week. Comment one of your favorite teen romance movies below, and we'll see you for our next video. Thanks for watching.